No. Just never go in there. Never go in there. No, we didn't.
I can't believe it. What sort of weird thing for me to make up?
I know.
Look at it. I mean, look, it's so
I'm in that.
thick.
I'm in that.
This...
Honestly, my dad was so buzzing with that.
When? Would your dad read it as well, does he?
My dad reads it religiously.
Isn't he sick of football? Are you sick of football?
I know.
I'm so fucking
we're running
bored of football.
I own football right now.
Did you win at the weekend? Who did you play?
Blackburn Rovers.
What was the score?
The score was 4-2.
Was it?
A lot of goals, isn't it? That's a lot of goals.
So after losing 2-0 to, West Brom or whatever shit it was.
And then we lost 3-0 in the week.
Did you?
Yeah, but we dominated.
What, in the
apparently
league?
we dominated the game.
You can't dominate a game and lose 3-0.
We got war knocked.
Trust me, I know. This weekend I saw it.
We got war knocked.
No.
Do you want to pour me a lovely little drop?
You can't have a lovely little drop is an alcohol. It's a nice little drop of whiskey, nice little drop of red wine.
I'm enjoying the pate.
What is this?
That's cafetiere.
Look at that.
Hello everybody, welcome back to, I want to say Great Touch of Big Lab, but it's not that. It's
do you still do that?
Jaffin. Yeah, we're going to do some ranking videos soon.
Because they bang, don't they?
Busy, and they do bang.
Do you
it's
find
a great format.
Do you find it a little bit disappointing, right? That how valued you are is dependent on what the fuck's going on. How much coffee do you get in it?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. We've got 2 half cups of coffee.
Yeah. Really let it breathe.
Is it a
lovely
nice,
little drop?
Stop saying
it's
that.
A lovely little
yeah,
drop.
look, your whole like YouTube, like the entire value is based on how many people are watching your videos.
Joe, I've been thinking about this a lot.
You not got to let your life be led that way, man.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. I've been thinking about that a lot because. Well, yeah, so you got to diversify, haven't you? Because I saw the Joker last night.
Did you?
Watched the Joker. Oh my god!
Is he good?
Mate,
are you just sort of believe in the hype?
Well, I watched the film.
Oh, you believe in the hype? Are you getting caught up because everyone loves it and you look like a cunt if you don't?
No, it's
I'm
phenomenal.
So excited.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I bet.
You're gonna love it. It's right up your alley.
Do you know what I don't like?
It's got sharks in it.
Is there a shark in it?
No, there's no sharks.
I was genuinely excited. Do you know what I don't like, Jimbo?
Go on.
I don't like. Is it nice?
I'm just smelling it. It's a great drop.
Oh, that is nice coffee. What is it?
Top beans.
They're
Kenyan beans. In my head, I was waiting for you to go. Classic joke.
What? Because Kenyan.
yeah. Very poor coffee makes. Great drop.
Quite lovely.
Lovely.
Stop saying great drop, mate. Please. It's distracting.
Why?
Because that's reserved for alcohol.
Okay. Any lovely drops you want to get out there quickly? We had so many comments last week. Felt like the podcast was back to its best last week. I felt.
Did you?
Despite we did learn something, which we will talk about.
How did they react to you putting that fucking thing on it at the end?
Oh, no one said a word.
I didn't like that because I was watching it. I don't know. I don't get to see any of the Patreon podcast content, by the way.
Just $3. I need to give you the. I need to give you the login because there's a Patreon Q&A there as well.
I would like to see it.
Which is actually got quite deep. The Patreon Q&A.
What is this stuff that we're gonna?
We're not going to share to these people, unfortunately. But if you are a patron, thank you for supporting the podcast. You can see, and you can do that right now.
What's the Patreon Q&A? Was this something that they were asking you questions and you were answering?
You were there. We did it together.
Last week.
Yeah.
Oh right, we're doing another one.
Good lord. Not this week. We'll do a Skype later in the week for our $10 top tier lovers. But for the $7 lovers,
how many of them we got?
Few. A few.
I don't
always
know.
Always looking for.
I know literally nothing about this. I don't know any. I don't know how many patrons we've got. I don't know.
Well, if you showed some sort of interest.
I am interested.
Okay.
But I'm
busy, I'll give you the login details.
Okay. What I fucking hate, Jim. What I hate is media outrage against violent films.
Right.
No, it's just triggering. It's mental health triggering. Do you know what? I'm
talking about Joker then.
What?
You're talking about the Joker.
I haven't seen it. I'm commenting on something I haven't seen.
Okay.
But
that's what you're with regards to the film.
Yeah, I brought it back round.
Really nice.
So the mental health. They're saying that's triggering for mental health. I think as a society we've gone too far. Like it's all soft as shit now. No one can like if they're not smiling, then they're labelled with mental health conditions. I'm turning into my dad.
Do you know what I think? So having watched the film,
yes,
and if I can name drop for a second, I went and watched the film. It's quite bizarre because I haven't spent time outside.
With Vidal Riley.
No, I didn't go with Vidal Riley, but there is a fantastic episode of The Process available right now for free. But no, who's it? I was chatting with Jack, mate, and he said I watched it a couple of days ago. I'm going to go watch it again.
Yeah.
Do you want to come? I was like,
what? So hang on, you've got other mates.
I've got other mates. So he said,
are you going to leave me?
Never, because you come to me.
That's true, isn't it?
Anyway, he was watching it for the second time, and also was, I forget his name, Doody Rhino, I think his name is the guy who does the podcast with, who's a lovely bloke. I'm Alex, popped in to watch it as well.
Sorry, I don't understand. You're
bear with me.
You've ended up going to the cinema with YouTube royalty.
I did think for a second. I sat there, all in the same row, and I was like, "There's a lot of subs there."
There's a lot of subs.
There's a lot of subs there.
Did you tap any of them up for the process? You must have done.
No.
Why?
Because I don't feel right in doing it that way. I like to do it with people that have an actual
substance and value.
Yeah, no. I would do it with Jack. Jack's just done a podcast with Chris Hamill. That's why they just done that. So I wouldn't do it for a bit, but I would do it with Jack. I'm Alex. I think would be an amazing chat because I think he's going through.
Didn't he get cancelled or something? What happened? Something happened.
There was a bit of drama with him.
Do you know what? I got into a proper wormhole the other day. There's this
sharks, isn't it?
No,
shark fact for you this week.
Wings of Redemption. Have you ever heard of that guy? He's like a streamer, one of the really early Twitch streamers.
Okay.
And he's like, community's turned on him, and now he's just like this ginormous guy that sits playing computer games that he doesn't want to play because it's the only way he generates money. It's really
I think that's the case for a lot of
bleak and sad.
I think that's
and there's a troll. He's got a massive troll community around him.
Well, they're just that are just abusive.
Yeah, they're abusive to him. Yeah, but he's not a very nice person as well. So it's really just captivating viewing.
Wow.
I don't know how I ended up in.
Well, bringing it back to the Joker one last time, because I would say everyone should watch that film. Everyone, as they watch it, should think about what they're watching, because I thought it was incredible. It's beautifully shot. The storyline is so sort of painful and cruel. And yeah, that was what I was going to say. Jack, I was like, if you're doing your review, you get 2 words for a review of a film. They go, I don't know, The Guardian said it was liberally acceptable. 2 words, that's all you're allowed.
Yeah.
He said it was he before we walked in, he went beautifully dark, and it's beautifully dark.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, it's about like things like attention, like people's need for attention.
Yeah,
I think it's really prominent right now, and being seen by the world.
Right. Well,
being accepted by the world.
I haven't seen it. So you're part.
Am I ruining it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm just giving you the themes.
Just shut up about the Joker. You know what else is a joke?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Right, absolutely.
Well, yeah, let's get into all that now. Sorry for the waffle. Just say Patreon is there if you want to support the lads. I was going to say and ladies, but it's just lads. And we've got some prizes on the way.
So nice, this coffee.
Good drop, isn't it? Lovely drop. We've got prizes on the way. So
how do they win the prizes?
Just be a Patreon, basically.
Really?
$7 Patreon, that is. $7. That's the mid-range one. That's a gold.
Can't get a prize.
That's a gold Jeff and Lover. And it's a good prize. It's a very good prize.
Is it? What is it?
It's going to be signed memorabilia.
By who?
From a
By
lovely
us.
company that haven't given us the product yet, so I'm not going to say their name just yet. But I'm looking forward to offering that to you guys. Anyway, let's talk about.
I like us signing stuff and giving them away. That's
Chris Kamara.
That's my favourite thing. That's in someone's grand's house now.
Yeah. He planted it in someone else's house.
In someone else's house. It's his gran. He replaced the picture of him with Chris Kamara and put it on the mantelpiece. It's beautiful.
I've got a clue. What did we learn last week from the podcast? Harry Sharland said this: Arsenal wanted to keep Gnabry, James. He left for playing time. Okay, noted. Not the point I was making. The point I was making was this is your moment and your new club, Bayern Munich. Don't make it about Arsenal.
I think I might have said something along the lines of how did they let him go, something like that.
Yes, you might have. But now we know that's what it's about. Sam Burgess said, do the screaming kids bit every week. Wasn't a bit. It was really annoying. There were kids out there screaming at each other for no reason.
There is one upstairs.
McSlash said this last week, and this is why you need to listen to every single podcast as soon as it comes out. Listening to the pod by myself through speakers in the kitchen. Then my partner walks in at 34:10. She gave me a strange glance. So I'm going to stop speaking there, and I'm going to say the quote that was said at 34:10. And you have a guess who said this. I don't want to watch missionary porn all the time. I want to add a little bit of flavour to it. You know, midgets maybe.
I was making a point.
Like
a wider point.
That's Leicester. She gave me a strange glance, then continued past me shaking her head. I was going to say, it's a football podcast. As she walked away, but I'm not sure that's even true anymore. Love the pod, lads. Might use earphones next time. Good show.
No, don't.
Blare it.
No, have it loud and then get other people to go, what's that? What's that? And then you tell them.
Well, those
podcasts you never heard of.
Yeah. Jake Mahan said, just checking in, lads. Flav comparing Leicester to winning the league to midget porn is the high quality analysis I subscribe for.
Exactly.
More of that.
Yeah.
I went to the Emirates on Sunday. Went to the game. Good game. Cracking stadium.
Why? Is it? I mean, everything compared to
Do you know
Loftus
what
Road
it
is.
Well, do you know what that happened, right? So I was sat down. We were quite high up, and I've got to say, the stadium is amazing. The seats we were in were amazing. Was the atmosphere amazing? I'm not going to answer that. I think I just did. No, it was fine. I think there's... When a fan goes to Loftus Road and watches play free-flowing football and winning games 4-2, Biria's in chair just banging it about, Manning left back being involved in all 3 goals, incredible. It's a lot closer to the pitch, so the atmosphere is quicker, a lot louder.
Better.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
But at those big stadiums, you just can't do it, can you? Can you do it at Spurs?
What?
So like Spurs is supposed to be like geared up to be a stadium where you can get the crowd going.
Yeah, but it isn't.
Blah, blah,
it isn't like it's a different type of atmosphere. It's like when we was at White Hart Lane, small songs could be heard and people would join in.
Yeah,
but it's just such a massive
do that.
span. No, it's very much like slow anthem type. And when they
a
go,
lot of tutting,
sounds. Yeah, when they go, it does sound good.
We will be going through things you say at the football. Is that? Yeah, I can imagine that at Spurs a lot. People just going,
oh, fuck's sake! You hear a lot. No, it's not. It's more than that.
Oh,
no,
Eric. It's a 5-yard. Forget it. Anyway, I went to the Emirates. It was good, but the person next to me, he started slagging off Loftus Road. What am I supposed to do in that situation? I can't go, excuse me, I don't support this football club despite being in the home bit.
Hang on a minute. How? Why?
So,
why did Loftus Road come from?
I don't know. He was just talking. The guy next to him was talking a bit too much, and it was a bit annoying. And he didn't know football, right? Which is annoying.
Well, it's like 90% of Arsenal's fan base.
Not what I'm saying. Not what I'm saying. But he then started talking about last time I saw Arsenal was at like Loftus Road or something like that, and he said Loftus Road is a shithole.
Yeah. What did you say?
Didn't say anything. I let it go.
Well, you wouldn't have got beaten up. I guarantee that.
No, I know, but it wasn't.
You just left it.
You did, wouldn't you? You would go, all right.
Can I ask what? I know you bloody love football, but what?
Especially when I'm looking at the Something's Happening Here power rankings coming soon.
What? Why did you end up there going there?
Dom had a couple of spare tickets.
Dom this, Dom that, innit?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Delayed
sound
onset
bad,
of Dom.
Sound bad is Dom.
Yeah, it is a good stadium. They did play well.
2 teams though, so
they are.
It's okay. Can you have 2 teams?
Do you know, that's Dom's the exception because he's so committed to both. It's weird.
What happens when they play each other?
He's
a Brentford
do you know what he's got?
First, right?
I generally say you can't have a wife and a mistress. That's my general rule with football.
You can. Oh, in football you can't.
You can't. You should have one team. However, he's been polyamorous from a very young age.
It's just the way he is.
Yeah, it's just the way he's built, and he's been very clear with that. I think if he had to choose, he would definitely choose Brentford, but he loves Arsenal too. But Arsenal looked quite good, and people think we hate Arsenal. I know you do, and I'm. Well, they've just been rubbish for ages. So how am I supposed to say good stuff?
What do you mean rubbish?
They have been rubbish.
Arsenal.
Compared to their expectations, they've been rubbish for quite a while.
Yeah.
So they get a bit annoyed at stuff like that. However, they played okay. They've got some good players. Ceballos is good.
He's not their player. They can't sign him. The only reason he went there is because they didn't have an option to buy him.
Do you know what the problem they've got?
The only reason Tottenham didn't sign him
is because they didn't want him?
No, it's because we insisted that we had an option to buy.
Right.
Who's the more sort of forward-thinking football club, Tottenham or Arsenal?
But
doesn't matter.
But he's playing.
We're going to get relegated. We are going to get relegated.
Let's do crisis rankings first then.
And the thing is, there's crisis everywhere. There's crisis at Everton. There's crisis at United. There's crisis at Tottenham.
So the crisis rankings vote now. I've got 4 nominees this week. Spurs made it in there just about.
Yeah.
Man United, Everton, and Norwich just chucked in there this week. Yeah, wheels are falling off. Jack Reeve does it. Is he listening? I don't know.
What? What was that? Were they second bottom or something?
They are. Where are they in the league? They've got 6 points, I think, and they feel like they get like 10. You get 10 points if you beat Man City. No, not true. You just get 3.
They beat Man City.
That's hurting them now. They beat Man City. Yeah.
Do you know what? It's really hard for me to follow football at the moment.
Why? Because you're so crap.
Yeah.
Second bottom, yeah.
So I can't follow any other results and don't look at any other results if Spurs lose. And we lose.
That bad?
Yeah. Unless we play.
It's not helpful for the pod, is it?
I know, but I can't, mate. It's my happiness is more important. And we had 2 early fixtures, so I literally have no idea what's happened the last 2 weekends.
Are you kidding me?
No idea.
All right, well, let's talk about Spurs, and then I can talk about the
I can talk about Man United because I enjoyed that they lost 1-0.
Oh yeah, I would like to talk about Man United.
And I listened to a bit about Everton on TalkSport, so I can probably click in there as well.
Right, okay, lovely. So go on, let's do Spurs first then. 1 week on, how's it going?
Somehow,
got worse, didn't it? Yeah. How did it get worse?
Somehow, Jim, right? The result against Brighton was worse than the one against Bayern Munich, and that was our biggest home defeat in our history of our football club. We are in big trouble if I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what he's going to do.
That's what's really good about these the crisis rankings, and I don't know. That's what probably keeps you. This is a good thing for you because you're not, in terms of crisisy. There's still, you've got the players. You have got the players.
Yeah.
They're just not bothered.
We've got the players, but they've
got
don't
ME,
want to be,
haven't they? The players have got ME.
They're a bit like,
me.
Yeah, they look like they've just kind of, they're riddled with doubt and lack of confidence and boredom. They're bored.
It feels like they've eaten too much and then been forced to play football.
Yeah, after roast dinner.
Yeah, like, you know, the 50s when he said, I would get down to club, get down about 10:30, have 6 sticks, and I'll be ready for the game. Yeah. It's like, that's what's happened to your players.
Yeah, and how do you fix it? The only way we can fix this is something we can't do right now, which is signing players.
I refer back.
I don't. Who did the album Blonde?
Frank Ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
That
great album.
By Pitchfork, rated as the best album of the 2010s. From 2010.
Really?
Yeah. But sometimes they just put in that album that is a bit controversial to get everyone to share it. Go look at these pricks.
We should. Oh, I see what you mean.
Sweet ad revenue.
Yeah. We should do that next week. What is the album of the decade? And people can give their reviews.
Okay. Well, and let us know. What's
your album of the decade?
What is the album of the decade? They're quite young, so I imagine their taste will be god awful. It'll be something like some shit.
Little.
Something with Lil in front of it. Yeah, not Lil Wayne.
Yeah, or Lil Kim. Got arrested.
No,
probably see how she looks now.
Little Peep, probably something like that.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Is he?
I think so. Yeah, she's. What's going on with her then? Like,
what a shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah,
because she, looked normal before.
Yeah, Joe. I was at a wedding the other week, and there's
the lesbian wedding.
No, there's another wedding.
Would you stop fucking going to weddings?
Which I was MC for.
Really? Was you, Jim?
I've been MC at 2 weddings now, and I'm a bit nervous about it. It's going to become a real thing.
You're
there, no?
Yeah.
It was an honour and it was a lovely day.
Did they pay you?
No, of course not.
What do you mean?
And do you know what I did as well?
No, of course not.
This is me in a nutshell.
Pay him. Fuck's sake.
This is me in a nutshell, right? I went, do you know what? If you want me to film speeches, I could do it. So I ended up doing both. I was just like, why have I done that? But anyway.
No, it's a nice thing to do, but people will always take advantage.
Yeah. It wasn't that. I offered. Anyway.
Don't stop offering.
Anyway, we were playing fives. Have you played the game fives?
No.
So you have like a shot or whatever, and you have like say 4 of you. You go 1, 2, 3, go, and you do 5 or you don't do 5.
Right.
Okay, and you say what the multiple will be out of everyone. If you get it right, you've got to say without smiling, "Thank you very much for a lovely game of fives." You never played this? It's a great drinking game.
No, I don't. Without smiling.
Without smiling.
That's cool.
So
I like that.
I lost, obviously, because I can't do it. But one of the people is she's a doctor, and she does like Botox and stuff like that on the side.
Really?
Right. So she went 15. It was 15. She went, "Thank you very much for a lovely game of fives." And I was like, you smiled there, and she went, she scowled. She went, "I've Botox the entire face, dead still." I didn't fucking smile.
Fucking.
Right, fine.
No.
Anyway, football. So Spurs, you are like you just said. I refer back to my point a couple of weeks ago. Everyone's just floating about, aren't they? Oh, is it going to be all right? Yes, we're playing this fantastic brand of football. Yes, we're scoring goals by the bucketful.
QPR again.
Oh, possibly. I'm talking about anyone. But will it last forever? And for Spurs and for Man United, that is the thing that all football fans and everyone else is like, it's too far away from the transfer window. You can't handle it, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
It's
go,
really scary.
Well, if we can't spend our way out of trouble, then what else do we do?
Well, that's what we do.
Well, think about it.
But no, hang on
Figure
a minute.
it out.
Hang on a minute. That's
Ollie.
at this level. That's what you do. Like, if you want to get to our level one day, you probably won't. You don't get there by like thinking about it. You get there by spending. Spend the most amount of money, and you get the most amount of success. That's what football is.
I understand that,
Right.
but the panic,
Yes.
the panic that comes from this period of time,
Yeah.
is short-sighted.
Yeah, of course. It's terrifying as well. I think they should just ban the transfer. Let's get rid of the transfer windows. Let's just buy players all the time, like that back in the old days. Just so I never have to think about this. Yeah.
I'll take the best striker for someone else, and then that'll be the end of it.
Exactly.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Not sure.
My favourite thing is pillaging smaller football clubs. That's the best.
Do you know who used to do that?
Who?
Rangers and Celtic. Whoever had a good season. Oh, that Dundee United are doing all right. Is it? What's his name? Billy Dodds. Yeah, we'll have him. Yeah, we'll take him. He'll play 5 games. No, I think he'll play a few more. But that's what Rangers and Celtic used to do that constantly.
Did you
Despite
see?
the best player of the rest of the
Rangers
league.
are on top.
Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah.
This is one thing I did notice, and we all know that Rangers are the baddies and Celtic are the goodies, right? That's
Celtic are the baddies.
the Celtic are the goodies. They're like Free Palestine.
Yeah.
They're like don't stop blowing people up.
Yeah. So
Although
I'm totally on.
and then Rangers are more like the Israel side of that discussion, aren't they? I'm not saying that Israel are the baddies and Palestine are the goodies, but if you speak to most left-wing people, that's how they'd see it, right?
Okay, which again doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
If you're left-wing, it's right for you. There is no right or wrong ever.
Can agree more.
Yeah.
Or not agree.
Yeah, exactly. It's all just a grey area, all right? But yeah, but I really want Rangers to win for some reason, even though they are the baddies.
It's the underdog, isn't it? You always got to root for the underdog.
But
Unless it's
also
Leicester City and it affects you.
Celtic and the kind of, some sexual things going on there, isn't there?
What?
Accusations.
Really?
Yeah, type in sexual.
I'd rather not.
Celtic nonsense, something like that. Type in
Again, I'd rather not. That's a lot of clubs have had that.
Go incognito. You can do it. It's fine.
No, I'm just not even going to comment on that. So Spurs are in crisis. Poch out. That's every bit of football content. At some point, that question needs to be asked.
Poch out.
Or insert manager's name here out.
Well, the problem is you got here, Jim. Right? Is that the only way to solve this situation in the short term is to replace the manager because you can't replace the players, right? So if they've got lots of players who are bored of hearing the same messages and all that shit we've talked about over and over again, then yes, the manager should be replaced.
What if you can't go on? You carry on.
However, we can't get rid of him. It costs too much money. So they'll have to agree some sort of mutual package. The other thing is he's a good manager. Like how will we?
This is what are the players wrong? Are the players wrong or the manager?
No,
wrong?
the manager's wrong. It's his fault.
It's not his fault.
No, it is his fault. If you've got a great workforce, right, you keep them motivated. So otherwise they leave.
But you can't always keep that moving unless you can make the changes that you continuously want to make. I.e., Alex Ferguson. He goes, right, I've got the opportunity to have a great squad and still be ruthless and still get the best player of the league in every single year. Pochettino's not had the chance to do that.
No, because we've been on the new stadium. That's true. And I'm not saying I want to get rid of him. I'm just saying that is a solution to this problem. Okay. The problem is if you don't do it, you don't pull the trigger, and it's clear from that result against, not just result against Brighton, they annihilated us for 90 minutes.
Good team, Brighton, though.
They're not, though, are they? They are shit.
They pop it.
They're shit. Like,
Potter's a genius.
Like, maybe, but like they got smashed 8-0 by Man City, didn't they?
No.
Who was that?
Watford.
Oh, it makes me feel a little bit better. I thought it was Brighton.
Potter to Spurs, maybe?
No, fucking hell, look at him. Look at the state of him.
United.
He's got to have someone with a little bit of panache.
Right. Well, what about
Graham fucking Potter?
Purely, he doesn't look the part, does he?
No.
Purely sports fan said this. Now, stick with me, don't look at it.
All right, I'm not.
Poch to Man United.
Fine.
Okay. How to Spurs. Eddie, how's Spurs?
Not big enough.
Okay. Ollie to Bournemouth. Bournemouth don't. How are Bournemouth fans feeling about that?
Solskjaer will never recover.
And everyone is happy.
No, that's not.
Solskjaer to Bournemouth. Bournemouth fans happy with that. They lose Eddie Howe and get Ollie Solskjaer.
Why would they be happy with that? Who's that? Who's you support?
Fan purely, I presume Liverpool.
Right, just keep your opinions to yourself. You've got a lovely manager. Let's not you look.
Get in the comments.
Like, Matt, how great must it be to be a Liverpool fan? Like, how it must be incredible. Like, they're gonna win the league at a canter, probably. They've won the Champions League. They've been in a final of the Champions League the year before. They're going to win the league for the first time in 28 years.
It's a good time to be a Liverpool fan.
Imagine just having all that.
I know we're hypocrites because we do it as well, and I pose the questions a lot of the time. But the whole that's it then, that's done. We stop now. Man City are out. That's it, 8 points, can't happen. It's not true, is it? It's like if Liverpool lose one game, which happens, they
could have.
I'm struggling at the moment with the blasé extremism in football. Yeah. That's what I'm struggling with right now.
What do you mean?
The idea that Man City, right? This is Man City, team that won 8-0 just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
8-0, right?
Yeah.
They got 90-something points, then 100 points. I know you know all this, right? Well, they're finished. Because they lost 2 games. It's mad.
I mean, how many games can you lose
to
win the league?
Liverpool draw 1 game, and then they've got Man United. Could draw that. Probably won't. Probably will win it, but could draw that. And there's another comment that someone said. Steve Costino. Are we getting into Farmers League territory with the Prem?
Yeah.
No.
What? No.
Why do you think?
What's Farmers League? What does that mean? Because we only have 1 winner. I
think it's crap.
That's not Farmers League, is it? Farmers League is where the general quality is low, like Scotland.
Yeah. I could not disagree with that statement more. I think this is the best Premier League in terms of quality and competitiveness as a whole that there's ever been. The reason I say that is because, okay, yes, Liverpool are far and away above at this moment in time, but constantly everyone just looks at the top 2 teams. So, and then everyone's going, it's not competitive enough. Look at the rest of the league. You've got all these teams that can beat anyone. You've got Man United who are 12th. A lot of the crisisy periods that you're all going through right now, these top 6 sides, it's because the other teams are good. West Ham have got a really good team. Yeah, Wolves have got a really good team.
It's also about Spurs being poor, really poor.
I think it's about energy and things like that, which comes in cycles, and he needed changes for it to happen. But again, we're not concentrating on all these other good teams.
Yeah, true.
And it's winding me up.
Right.
It's not a Farmers League, and you're wrong, Steve.
But why do you feel passionately enough to defend the Premier League? Who cares? What?
Because
you're not even in it.
Because people are missing the point. Because I care about the sport. I do care about the sport because I like it, right? And when any of these, it's the hypocrisy of these top teams start losing games, and people go, "Oh, the league's a mess." When the top teams are losing games, it's probably as much down to how good those top 6 teams are. It's also a big part down to how good these other teams are.
Yeah, and Wolves are a good side. Oh, they are a good side, aren't they? I mean, I was surprised about the result, but they are a good team. They can damage anybody.
I just think like West Ham are a good team. Burnley can get points against anyone. Crystal Palace have done the same. Chelsea have. I'm going the wrong way now. Sheffield United can still do stuff. Brighton play really good football. I know you should beat them, and of course you should beat all these teams.
I'm not saying we should beat them. We shouldn't lose 3-0.
But you know what I also think? I think that because there's so much money in football, but the Premier League in particular, there's so much money everywhere that if you can work smart, there are so many variables in football that you can.
All right.
The gap money-wise, I think it's like it's like happiness. That people say like you get to a certain wage and then you can't get any happier. I think it's the same with football. There's only so many players, so if you can be smart with what you're doing and spend your money wisely and have a team that has balance, then that's just as important as spending large amounts of money. And the example of that is Man United's recruitment. They have no balance in their team.
I can't, when you look at Man United's lineup, it's like, how has this happened? How has this got so bad?
Do you know what it is? I was thinking about it, and it is the recruitment. It's totally the recruitment. And we'll joke about Solskjaer, and he might go, might not go, but I don't know if he's good.
He'll go.
But I don't know if he's a good manager or not.
No, we know he's not.
No, I don't know.
Why?
It's like, do you know, it's like Rashford. I don't know if he's a good centre forward. Everyone's gone, oh well, he's not a good centre forward because he's not scored enough goals. That's nonsense.
You know, Solskjaer's not the right fit for Manchester United.
I don't know.
We're winning games.
I don't know.
Stop saying you don't know.
What?
They'd be winning games. They'd be in the top 4 if he was the right manager.
Hang on, you literally just said that Man United team's the worst Man United side that you've seen.
He's resided over it. He's
not resided over it. He's cleared a lot of the nonsense. Do you know what the problem is, right?
If they stick with him, they'll finish 15th.
But I think regardless of who's in that...
With Spurs.
Regardless who's the manager, battling out for 14. Regardless of who's manager of Man United, I'd be surprised if they finish above 8th this season. Regardless of who the manager is. It doesn't matter. They're also missing 6 players. Missing Pogba, Shaw, Martial, a lot of players.
Do you know how it would be in a way be good if Tottenham and Man United get relegated, wouldn't it? Because I imagine the Championship then. Some proper sides in it.
We'll be, as I say, we'll be passing you on the way up. But the other thing with Man United is the recruitment, right? It's not who they're buying, it's when they're buying them. Schweinsteiger was a great player. Sanchez was a great player. They bought a load of players. Fergie's teams were built on players who were 22, 23, and you got 8 years out of them. And if they got to 30 and they still wanted to be there, you give them a year and you give them a year, or you get rid of them.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing that Solskjaer is doing is he's not continued with that. He's not continued with buying another 31-year-old.
It's just all the others. That's the good thing.
Yeah, but if we're all floating about right now, and Man United is certainly floating about, sinking if anything. Whoever comes in, you've still got to deal with that squad. And actually, the starting point for Man United starts in January a little bit, where you can sort out some of it, but a lot of it's going to be. It is going to be free transfer windows, good transfer windows with the right players at the right age. Yeah,
do you know who could do a job with that team?
Go on.
Allardyce, he'll get in the top 6.
What?
Allardyce will get in the top 6.
Jesus Christ.
Allardyce would get. He might
get tuned.
interim manager at Spurs at the end of the season.
Didn't you tweet that about Spurs getting Allardyce?
Just tweeted a kind of what should be our shortlist for our next manager, and that would be Alan Pardew.
Yeah, who are you putting in there? Who's in there?
Allardyce, Megson.
Apparently
horrible individual, Megson.
Do you know who's
tell me that?
Do you know who's linked with the Millwall job?
Who?
Roy Keane.
Oh my god. What's going on at Millwall?
There'll be an interview. So Neil Harris is gone.
I thought he was like their legend. He's a legend.
Yeah, I actually didn't know he'd even gone.
And where are they in the league at the moment?
I don't know. I'll find. I only look at QPR. And should we have a quick look at the Championship?
Let's have a look at the Championship.
That's not the spelling of Championship.
But the do you know there's an actual condition where it affects your typing when you know people are watching?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, everyone gets it. Isn't it?
Oh really? Yeah, but I really get it.
Yeah.
Brentford drew.
Oh dear.
Stoke won.
Rock.
Beat Swansea. Beat top of the that's the Championship. They beat top of the table away from home after the run they're on. Stoke beat them. Amazing.
It was
Millwall 15th. don't know why he's got the sack.
Maybe it's just like the same problem with Pochettino. Couldn't motivate the players anymore.
But in terms of managers and being a good fit, is Roy Keane a good fit at Millwall?
I think Roy Keane, Vinnie Jones, that kind of. You need.
They'll
to
be like, of course, the FA Cup third round, great win for you guys, but marred by the fighting of the fans. and Roy Keane's going, did they win? He'd be mad if he gets that job. He'll fail miserably.
He's not a very good manager, Roy Keane. Has he had any spells of success?
Did well at Sunderland.
Did he? In what respect?
They were like 5 games they were bottom of the league, and then he got promoted that year. But they had a squad that was good.
Right.
But he did get him going.
Yeah.
And then Ipswich, mediocre, assistant manager. He's your worst kind of assistant manager. I can't fit. He's not what I want. I want Sammy Lee. I want a bouncing little Sammy Lee. Go, right, guys, we up for it today? I don't want Roy Keane. Just like you look up, you put your socks on. He just pops his head around the door, doesn't he? That's it.
Roy Keane going after Harry Yarter as well.
Yeah.
Bit
numerous occasions. And Paul Walters. Danny Lightfoot. So, and crisis rankings, Everton, Norwich in there as well. I think Norwich, it's the same thing every year, the promoted team. First 6 games, you go, this is so exciting, and then like the slog begins.
Yeah. Who's first in the sack race, do you think?
Well, actually, that's a good one. There's Danny Lightfoot said, Silva, Zidane, Ole, Poch, what order are they getting sacked / resigning from their current jobs? Want to give it a go?
Yeah, I think it will be Silva.
Do you think Silva's gone first?
Yes. I think Ole. Can I just go Solskjaer? Why does everyone say Ole? There's no one that can spell Solskjaer, isn't it?
It's long, isn't it?
Yeah. Or Ole, Zidane, Poch. I don't think... But there's no world where Poch gets the sack. It costs too much money.
Yeah. I don't think...
And I think he's got enough credit in the bank, hasn't he? I've heard that a lot.
Definitely.
He's got enough credit in the bank.
Yeah.
We've become a mainstay Champions League side all because of him.
That's where, I'm struggling with it. Like...
Yeah, they're pulling
extremism,
the trigger.
they're pulling the trigger thing. Because you go... People... In the same breath, people go... It's not going... Something's not right here, Spurs. Maybe he's got to go. And then you're like... Who's the favourite to get the United job if Solskjaer goes? Poch. So, like, what, is he good or not?
He is good.
So you got to let him evolve.
It's just going to be a tough season while we witness it, and a lot of people are going to lose their minds.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot it last time, so I want to do it again because we got straight into the negative because Spurs are such a shit show. But there's some things happening here. Power rankings. QPR in there, obviously. Another home win.
But you've just got back-to-back losses.
Only as good as your last game, Flav. You know that. And something's going on down there.
Okay.
Tell you what, it's great. Do you know what's brilliant? The good side of the new rules that have come out.
What?
The sub's got to go off. That's actually one thing from watching QPR on the Saturday to watching Arsenal on the Sunday. One, I missed the VAR thing. I was like, why aren't they playing? I had no idea what was going on. And also when I think it was either when the goal went in or something had happened and it was like, oh, is it a decision or is it not? Everyone just went and looked at the screen. And the Championship, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You just carry on with the rest of the game.
Do you prefer it with or without?
As I said before, I think you need a whole season of this to really understand if this is right or wrong. But...
Do you prefer watching football with it or without it?
Without it.
That's what everyone does. Unless you're a virgin.
Because when we score... Should we get... We can get onto that. So anyway, look, I'll just do that thing quickly. Burnley also in the Something's Happening Here power rankings.
7th again. Well, they'll finish 7th. They always finish 7th, don't they?
Good old club, aren't they?
I just want him to... I want him to...
Hard-working professionals.
He's got to go, isn't he?
Who? Dyche?
Yeah. So
at the end of the season?
Just go. Just go. Save everyone.
What do you mean go?
What? Just save everyone else the torment of playing Burnley and just fuck off.
Very adaptable side.
Oh, just
good pros.
Hate it. I hate teams stopping us from playing. I hate not watching free flow in football.
Do you know what? That's the other thing.
I hate it.
If it's like Man City and all those big teams, it's like both teams having a go. That's the Championship.
Yeah.
That's the bulk of the Championship.
No, fair enough. I like that.
It's good fun.
I like that.
But Brighton had a go though, didn't
they?
Got a little picky up front as well. Aaron Connolly.
He's alright, isn't he?
He's alright. Yeah.
What is it with these? Like you get name me another player you would call of his type.
Another player of his type.
So you might say
Andy Reid.
no.
What look-wise or play?
No, just playing. Like there's another one. I think it was.
He's like Aguero.
No,
in terms of his stocky build.
I'm just saying, like basically midget strikers who are quick.
Midget strikers. That's how.
Like a bit like.
Owen. No.
Who did you have up front for a little bit? QPR. Mickey. Mackie.
Jamie Mackie.
Yeah.
He wasn't a midget. 6 foot.
I'm thinking of someone else.
I don't know.
This is going down the toilet, isn't it? It's just like these little nipples, like David Healy.
That's what you want.
David Healy.
Irish. You can finish though.
Little
scamp. He gets on the ball.
Yeah.
Gets on the ball. Puts it in the corner. That's what he does.
Yeah. Fuck him, man. Fuck him. They were so good. And like, did you see Lloris? Did you see what Lloris did? No, fuck his elbow. Fuck his elbow.
I did say he cost you points. Probably
you did, and I
this.
defended him. Fuck that guy. He
Fuck you,
put the
mate.
ball up, and then he just palmed it out into Connolly's or Donnelly or whatever.
And he put it away. Good on. Look at that. Got an accent there. So often I lose it, so I'll probably stick with it.
Good.
Final 2 nominees for something's happening here.
Uh-huh.
One, Tammy Abraham's got to start for England, isn't he? Got to start for England.
Yeah, right.
Ahead of Harry.
Oh, Kelly Kane. Never gonna happen, is it? Would you?
You probably like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No injury, isn't it?
No, exactly. Would you, if you was the manager, would you start Tammy Abraham ahead of Kane?
Sure, the qualifiers are so easy that you
Doesn't really
maybe
matter,
might as well
does it?
play him and Mount and Maddison. Chuck them all in. He's in there for something's happening here. Is something happening here? Was James right last season when he said he will play at least 30 games for England? You vote. And finally, probably a bit early as a nomination, Newcastle United won a game, didn't they? Won a game against a team that were like having.
They won away. They won. Was it at home or away to Man City? Away against Man.
Home.
They won at home.
Fucking hell, fam.
They won at home, right?
They won at home. Matty Longstaff, God
And they
bless
beat
him.
us. They beat us as well. So
Yeah.
not that that's much, but
That's true.
you know, nothing's happening there because Steve Bruce is at the helm, isn't he? But what about Chelsea? Something happening there?
Something over there? Yeah, you could chuck them in there. Yeah, I'll chuck them in there as well.
Especially
I don't
because
want
we essentially said that Lampard, or maybe I said, would get the sack by Christmas.
Did you?
I think I said something when early on that.
They are. Do you know, it's like I said last week. People love young things, don't they? Just give it a chance.
I don't.
It's like the Rangers.
I think that they've been banned for tapping up kids, right? They were
Tapping up kids.
I don't know,
yeah.
buying young people.
Sorry, I thought about Graham Ricks.
Yeah, exactly. Again, if they start doing well in the league, despite the ban, they should be docked points.
Well, they've had their ban, haven't they? The transfer ban.
Yeah, but
It's
now,
actually it's been for the betterment. Of
exactly. So that's not fair, is it?
Yeah.
So they've done something bad and somehow rewarded them. They should start docking points now from Chelsea. 12 points.
Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Doubt it. I'm just going to read out this comment because I think it's good, and if you got an answer, great, but we can move on. John Dewhurst, Liverpool were average, and then Klopp transformed them. What manager do you think could transform United back into a title-challenging side? Do you have an answer?
Yeah, Poch. Poch would do a good job there.
He
can motivate.
What a manager! It's fantastic, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's got new players to motivate.
Isn't he good?
Excited
He's got new players to motivate.
New players to motivate. Yeah, Poch would do a good job. Nuno with Wolves. There's loads of managers. Allegri. He's free. Mourinho, get him back. I tell you what.
Give Mike Phelan a go.
I'll take him.
Hey.
Get him Jose. Get him down wild.
Jose.
Yeah.
You want a bit of Jose?
He's a serial winner. Jim.
Yeah.
Robbie was right. Robbie was right all those years ago.
Should have made him England manager.
What's he won? Poch?
Yeah.
Robbie was right. Do you
out
remember
Robbie-
him saying to me,
Yeah.
What's he won? What he won?
Massive amounts.
And you're right, Robbie. You won nothing.
You were right, Rob. Yeah. VAR Weekly. It's become a bit because we talk about it every single week. Last week you said that if you like VAR, you're a virgin. You've got a virgin mentality. Yeah. Here are a couple of comments from that.
Good.
Just two. Josh Francis says, if football's made better from wrong decisions, making games unfair, just because emotion is more important, then let's hire blind, unqualified refs to officiate, since the fans will be full of emotion when a 30-yard throw-in is given as a goal. When would a 30-yard throw-in be given as a goal?
That's silly, isn't it? It's just he's being facetious.
You're being facetious.
It's being facetious.
The refs can
and
also...
We've got no time for that kind of tone, to be honest.
Good point.
So please take your view elsewhere.
He's got more. There is more.
The
refs can also be allowed to dish out red and yellow cards randomly to any players they fancy for no reason during the game to get the fans going, since fairness matters less than creating emotion. Also, Flav's moaning about having to half celebrate, but if he likes the emotion that much, he should fully celebrate. If it's disallowed, he'll get even more emotion out of it. Hashtag I shag VAR.
Does he go to football? Does he go to football? That's my only question. If the answer is yes, you go to football and you still like VAR, that's fine. If you're in your bedroom on your own watching football, or in the front room or with friends, whatever it is, then I understand where you're coming from. But if you don't go to games, then I understand. You can't comment on something that you haven't experienced.
Yeah, and you can't. And Josh, if I can speak to you directly.
I might be wrong. If you go to games and you still like it, then you're a virgin. But
you've got a virgin mentality.
You've got virgin mentality. Yeah. I can prove it. He's proving it.
Yeah,
he cares too much about football. I care about the moment of joy and release and distraction and that sense of euphoria. Right? He cares too much about the game, the integrity of the game. And that equals virgin.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to lean towards you, Flav. And Josh, I think you know what you're doing there. If you were facing me now and you said that to me, I'd go, Josh, you know what you're doing there. You're being silly.
Yeah, you've been facetious.
Okay, you're being facetious, and that's ridiculous. Like, 30-yard throw-ins, that would never happen.
No, he's being over the top to make a point.
Yeah.
And he's actually really trying to insult me as well.
What do you think would be more painful for Josh? Would it be the fact that he does go to the football and you said, "Oh, you're basically saying you don't go to the football, so you don't understand"? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Do you think what's more painful for him if it's true that he doesn't go, or if he does go and he still thinks that?
I don't know.
That's
then I can't. Then he's the virgin. That's what I'm talking about.
But as we explore,
he either doesn't understand it or he's a virgin.
Can't win. That's my point. As we explore VAR, here's a question for people: if you go to the football, you go to games regularly, be that 5 games a season or whatever, okay? And that's not having to go at fans that go to the game or don't go to the game. If you go to the game, how do you feel about VAR? Yeah. Because it's so different.
Yeah.
I found that this weekend. Going to the Arsenal game where VAR is part of it and you don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And look, for the record, I'm not saying I'm not making a point here of if you go to a game you're a better fan. It's not that. That's because that's how people get defensive when you start talking about this shit. Yeah. Oh, well, I can't go because I live in the fucking other part of the world and you're lucky. It's fine, right? We're not better fans. It's not about that. It's just. Yeah.
I went travelling around South America. I didn't go to one QPR game.
Didn't you?
Still a fan, aren't I?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like if you haven't gone and you don't know what it feels like. But the thing is, you have to have perspective as well, because like back in the day, like when I was a kid, that's where that emotion was created, when I used to go football with my dad and my brothers and all that. And now it's like it's taken away because it's what I said last week anyway.
Yeah. Okay. OUFC Newton. Flav moaning about VAR, but Spurs would never have made a Champions League final without it.
So what does that mean?
I thought you might say that.
Doesn't mean anything.
I thought you might say that.
That's literally a nothing statement.
Okay. Cool. Do you want inside the mind, or would you like things you say at football?
I don't know what they are.
Are you even here?
I can guess the second one.
Things you say. Flav's lovely drop of the week.
I've talked about the governor, haven't I?
Yep.
There is a big gun. There's a big gun red wine you can get from Aldi.
Where are you shopping for your
Aldi. Big gun. It's very nice. It's, again, another full-bodied line, but I do kind of lean towards a more full-bodied line. Yeah, because it's more kind of, it's just
you're like fruity. Yeah, I can see you're slowly turning into Henry VIII. And you're you love your goblet, if I can imagine, running sploshing all over your place, just eating a fucking vegan chicken thigh.
Oh mate, Temple of Seitan. I can't remember what it's called.
Satan.
Seitan. So Seitan, right? If you're any vegetarians out there and you missed what a cheeseburger tastes like, because I do, I like fantasize about sausage and batter, cheeseburgers, quarter pounder with cheese. Go order this shit. It's in Camden in North London. It is delish. Sorry, go on.
excluding 99%.
Who?
I mean, who can get down to Camden apart from me and you? Some people maybe.
Well, how about next week? I'll
Do it from there.
I'll,
Like
I'll,
Rory used to do it on the Chelsea channel. He'd do it from a pizzeria.
Yeah, pizzeria.
So funny.
How about I order us one next week and we can eat?
We could do that.
And we can review
We
it.
could do that. We're going to do a Discord soon, actually, whatever that is. It's like a live thing with a lobby. And someone wrote comments saying you should do a Discord thing.
Definitely.
So, again, get on Patreon.
Yeah.
New bit, Inside the Mind. Then we'll do things you say at football. So, Inside the Mind is inner monologues revealed. Now, as a precursor to this, every week I'm probably going to have to say this. These are things that people thought they didn't say. They thought it, they didn't say it.
Oh, right.
So as I say it,
You're talking about
I'm
wappies.
talking about things that people thought, not said.
And give us an example.
Like, you
The
see
woman.
someone with a lovely pair of breasts, and good luck to her with that. You see them, you go, look at those, in your head. But if I went, look at those,
Yeah,
then that would be offensive.
absolutely. You keep it inside.
You keep it inside.
Mm.
And that's the lesson from this. Sometimes don't speak what's on your mind.
Don't speak.
Coutinho, in a monologue, 3 to 4 year old child losing his mind, screaming and flapping around on the floor while his mum stood there chatting to someone while I was waiting for the bus. Thought, I wonder how far I could kick the kid if I really tried.
Yeah.
Edit, I didn't kick the kid. Didn't kick the kid, he thought it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. And
That's
what it's
fine.
about.
That's fine.
That's what it's about.
That's absolutely fine.
Joe Barrel, internal monologue. Just seen a kid doing a wheelie on his bike up the street. Little kids involved in this.
Yeah.
A wheelie.
What a fucking irritating.
Yeah, and they got the rest of their lives to grow and be
Twats.
exploit their potential. Just seen a kid doing a wheelie on his bike up the street, and I instantly thought,
I'm listening.
I hope a bus comes and clatters him.
Oh, that's a bit.
Lamar Gilchrist. So, lads, I was on Instagram and I saw a really hot girl. Oh, no, this is terrible. I saw a really hot girl in a wheelchair. And I clicked on her profile and it said, dancer. In her bio. My first thought was, no, you're not.
just that.
But I think that's really funny from, and you know, you can be in a wheelchair and dance.
Of course you can.
Of course you can. But the person in a wheelchair is maybe joking. Who knows?
No. They. I don't think they are joking. I think some people. Why are you crying?
I'm not crying. It's holding in.
This is simple. No, you're not. There's the comedy, isn't it?
And final one, inner monologue. I have to zoom in for this one. SLN19. My mate from uni broke up with his long-time girlfriend at the weekend. At the weekend. From what he told me, it was very messy and didn't end well. Went to sit beside him in a lecture yesterday, and he said, "Sorry, lad, this seat is taken," as a poor attempt at banter, as there clearly wasn't anyone sitting there. And I instantly thought, "Oh, sorry, lad, is your missus sitting there?" Very nearly said it too, but thought better of it. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Love
Have you ever been in a funeral and got the giggles?
No, not yet.
I have.
I expect I will at some point.
It's bad.
What happened?
Because how do you explain it?
Why did you get the giggle?
I don't know.
Did they say something?
My brother was doing faces.
Oh, okay.
It was someone we know we didn't really like. He was not a very nice man, but we went to a funeral.
Right.
And he kept doing this to me. Like that.
Dom does that. Like when people turn around, he just loses his mind. Still to come, we've got some big dick advice, or BDA, as I like to call it. Things you say at the football, which we're about to do in a second, and some shark news. Quick shark fact.
Jim, can I ask you a question? What does James the Crumb mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
The crumb.
You know. You know.
No, the missus calls it a crumb. Oh yeah, it's my anniversary the other week. Thanks everyone.
So this is a.
Jim, this is the card I got her.
It's remarkable how long we've tolerated each other. That's nice.
I didn't say it. Crumb is I have a mole on my leg, and she calls it the crumb.
All right. That's nice.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, things you say at the football. Geordie Joe. says this. 1998. Getting younger, aren't they? Things you say at the football. One, you go, keep it on the deck.
Yeah.
Then people also go, get rid of it. Or he's gone, hoof it up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you just
get
get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Whack it.
Yeah.
Whack it
I think
away.
that's where we're at now, isn't it? Because there's so much of that pouncing around.
Kick it as far away as possible.
Yeah.
Zach Rivesy, well in.
Well in.
I'll say that.
That's it. You can't go well in football anymore either.
Here's
like a well in challenge and now a yellow card.
You won't have seen this because you shut off from football when Spurs lose. But Isaac Hayden got sent off a couple of weeks ago against Leicester City. And people were like outraged that he was outraged at getting sent off. And
What was the challenge like?
He got the ball. In my head, he's like, that's a cracking
Was
tackle.
he reckless? Did he use too much force? Did he go through the player?
Do you know what? I think you can literally pinpoint the year of which a booking or not even a foul becomes a red card. And I would say that would be, at the latest date, that would be a great tackle in 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you was going to go earlier than that.
I was thinking 2009 initially.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Like, if you ever watch Football Years, if you ever see a game, it's like the Manchester Derby in like 1994, it was away from home. You see some of the tackles on that pitch, some of the players on that pitch, it's unbelievable. You've got Keith Curl, Mark Hughes, Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Like, Cantona didn't mess about.
Do you think it was after the Haaland injury where things started to become a little bit more snowflakey with regard to challenges?
I wonder if it was a bit...
Do you remember Roy Keane on Haaland?
Yeah,
finished his career.
Take that, you cunt.
Take that, you cunt.
Is that fair?
Take that. What do you mean?
It was vengeance, wasn't it?
Yes, it's fair. He got done. He done him. Stood over Roy Keane. He didn't forget, and ended his career. It's the risk he was playing.
That's the game, and that's the game.
He started it. He literally started it. Keane finished it.
No, he got the wrong end of the stick when Roy Keane hurt his knee, and he thought he was diving, so he stood over him and falsely claimed that he was doing that
to Roy Keane.
So you're saying in day-to-day life, if you make a false claim, you should get sived down pretty much on your knee.
Well, yeah.
So right.
Well, he did it. He started it.
So what,
if I'm walking around life, picking on people, bigger people than me, then eventually I'm gonna get a slap on it. This is essentially a slap.
You can't go like, you did your home insurance and you lost something, you lost your mobile out and about, and then Roy Keane comes around and goes poof because you lied.
That's not the same.
It's very similar.
No, it isn't.
Very
it's
similar.
not. It's not. Didn't he do the injury on Keane as well? And it's such a weird thing for him to say. I don't believe Ireland's side of the story here, because Roy Keane is literally the last person that would feign injury.
Oh,
he never did that. So as if he's screaming, holding his knee, and Ireland goes, "Well, I think."
But in the heat of the battle, you kind of go, might, because I think it was near the penalty area as well, from what I remember. So I think he was like, "What are you doing?" It was in the penalty area.
Yeah.
Roy Keane.
Yeah, but defensively, it was in the Man United, I think.
When he got injured, Roy Keane.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So he might have been thinking, "Oh shit," he was trying to get a penalty. It's not like it's on the halfway line.
That's like Karma's a bitch.
Roy Keane, fair or unfair?
Fair.
Let us know. Fair. And which year would it become unfair? No? Okay.
Take that, you cunt.
And I got him. I hit him. I said, take that, you cunt.
I like the fact he hates Alex Ferguson as well.
Won't let it go, will he? Will not let that one go.
Well, people ask him a direct question. He gets a direct answer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You don't like him, do you? You don't like the old school. You don't like Souness.
I think the rules change. I like Souness. Souness' runner. He was a lovely man, very respectful.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And the strongest handshake I've ever.
If you're out there, right? If you're out there and you're watching this and you want some advice, right? You can do handshakes wrong, like too limp. People will forget you instantly. If it's just like one of them, that's the worst one. It's like that. Ugh, it feels fucking horrible. But the people that crush your hand, they are as big as arseholes.
I know you're thinking of.
Who am I thinking?
Jack Reeves.
He does actually. I don't.
You've said this before, guys. Why is he so mad?
Jack Reeves.
Jack, if you're watching this, we love you.
Jack Reeves. No, just to clarify, Jack Reeves isn't an arsehole at all. He's one of the nicest people I've met, certainly in football media. but his handshake is stupidly hard and it hurts. It just hurts every time. So I'm like, I brace myself as I'm shaking Jake's hand, going, "This is going to hurt me." And the only way to stop it from hurting is you crush it back. But then you got this weird standoff where you're trying to crush each other's hands, and all you want to do is say hello.
Do you know what I would love to like watch from afar as Graham Souness and
Jack
Reeve met each other for the first time. I'd just be like, and they'd just both go like,
yeah, so and to be fair,
strong handshake.
Jack Reeve doesn't strike me as a man with incredible strength, but he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jack Reeves he runs Talk Norwich City.
Yeah, I think that's still.
So yeah. Yeah, but somewhere in between, a nice firm handshake and look at someone in the eye goes a long way.
Yeah.
Like this goes a long way.
I do that. I go in.
Do you do that?
In and in.
Don't. What you do?
I got it wrong because that was in the way.
Right. Let's do this properly.
A lot of pressure.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're committing
forward and in. Work
do you
towards
do that?
the elbow.
Do you ever put like?
I do.
Do that. If you like someone, you want, or you just do that. Jim gives back like that. You go. That's affectionate. That's nice. And do it to people that don't expect it.
Lawrence,
so they think, is he gay?
Me and Lawrence do
always
this.
keep him guessing.
Me and Lawrence do this thing where you do it like an actor would. An actor would go, if you go like this.
See, now, if a man does this, and turns your hand, that's a sign of dominance. Don't let a cunt do that to you.
So how do you turn that around? Just keep going.
Just let go of the hand and just never work with them.
Yeah, right.
So
what about that stuff? Maybe that's the next.
So
week.
next week. Next
One
week.
thing.
All right, listen. I've got a story to tell you.
Handshake advice. Give it to us. We'll read it out next week, and we'll talk about that one.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things I want to talk about that. I've got some different schools of thought. Yeah. And then the week after we'll do this.
Yeah. God, don't.
It's the spud.
I've got some feelings.
I've got a story to tell you something that happened to me in Peckham Rice Station yesterday.
Okay.
Last week, but I wonder if we should leave it for the paying members.
Is it naughty?
It's not naughty. It's just
give us a tease, and I'll decide. If
I nearly got into a fight.
Wow. Save it. I'll tell you what you could do. You save it for the. People are going to hate us for this. You save it for this Skype that we're going to do later in the week for the $10 members.
This is so horrible.
I know.
I didn't like the bit where it cuts off at the end.
What cuts off?
Mate, I like watching
it. That's the point, though. But you can watch. I'll give you the login. You can watch it on Patreon.
But I feel for
you don't even have to pay.
I feel for the people that
the $3 a month is nothing. We need the money. We fucking need the money. Right.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad for him, Jim.
I think we've taken this. There's 3 tiers. That's nothing. $3 a month is nothing. I'm telling you.
It's nothing to you, but it's a lot to a lot of people. It's nothing. It's £2.50.
Really nothing. It's mental.
It's like a couple of Mars bars.
Yeah. If that. Right. Last couple of things to say. In terms of weird things I say at the football, this is from TG, not that one. At least once every 5 minutes, I quietly whisper, "We're fucking amazing."
Who do you support?
I don't know. Who do you support, TG? Probably QPR. When a player takes someone on or makes a tackle, I always inadvertently shout, "Fucking knock him out." Bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Luke Scanlon, this is a good one. It's a fucking 2-yard pass, for fuck's sake.
What's that mean?
I don't know how to explain that more than the sentence. Every single week watching Everton. Struggling at the moment.
What is he saying? It's good? It's bad?
No, it's just something he says at the football.
Someone's mucked it up?
Yeah, someone might say, it's a fucking 2-yard pass. I would never say 2 yards, I'd say 5 yards.
Because there isn't any 2-yard passes ever. Very, very rarely.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely.
That's true. So things you say at the football, if you notice them, let us know. Quick. Oh, we had some shark news from Serge Aurier Propaganda. This comes from Biz News.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Tourism twitchy as great whites spurn False Bay.
I read about this.
Of course you did.
Yeah, it's his.
Save me reading it.
Yeah. It's about. It's a great whites not turning up where they usually are.
What, for a fight?
Yeah, and
they ain't turning up.
They're obviously there's massive tourism industry about diving great white sharks in cages.
Right.
And the sharks are not there this year, and for some reason.
Apparently, Capetonians don't know who to blame for the disappearance of the great white sharks.
Well, they think one school of thought is that there's an increase in orcas, whales.
The orcas, they eat them.
They do eat them, yeah.
The fishermen who sell their prey to Australia for use in fish and chip shops, or the gradual ecological change.
Yeah, it could be all of those things. They just think, fuck that. I'm not. I'm not bad enough. I'm not a fucking zoo animal. This is my world. and you'll keep dumping those stupid cages in the water and go, "Ooh,
They are the
I am a fucking shark and I will eat you."
problem is
Yeah.
they are the rock stars of the sea.
How are the rock stars of the sea? Why are you not interested in the rock stars of the sea, Jimbo? Huh? You're getting a little bit. Yeah, get into it now. And them out there as well.
They love it, shark.
They love it. How can you not? They're monsters and they live on our planet. How can you not be interested
It's
in them?
incredible. Let's indulge in that great atmosphere that we just created there.
Yeah.
With the understanding that the sharks are the rock stars of the sea, with this week's Shark Fact,
Lovely.
which is fact number 2 on the article that I've got. 81 facts about sharks. Scientists recently discovered a new species of shark that is just 5.5 inches long.
5.5 inches long.
Yeah.
Well, you can get sharks in your home aquarium.
The sharks can be found in Flav's pants.
That's poor. I've got a new.
Well, hang on.
Right.
The aptly named American pocket shark, that's what it's called. Not only is it tiny, it also, wait for it, glows in the dark.
Mate, it does everything. Does it all.
Animals are amazing.
I've never heard of that shark. That's
Elephant.
really interesting.
Nose hand. It's got a fucking nose hand.
Why
I can't get in.
Why are you your tears? Why are you pouring up now?
It's just incredible, isn't it? The world that we live in.
Have a little butchers. If you've got a chance, have a look at little butchers at the salmon shark. Lovely.
Is that your shark of the week?
Yeah, salmon shark. I'm
Salmon
really
shark.
into them at the moment.
And it's called a salmon shark because it's pink.
It's a bit
It eats
pinky, but it looks like a small mako or a very small grey white.
Right, they all look the same to me.
They don't.
As soon as we see the real one you're excited about, is any shark news, in particular anything that threats towards death, that's what Flav's into. Here we get ourselves to some BDA now. We finish off with some BDA.
Big dick advice.
Yeah. First of all, we've start off on a lovely note. V Talks got in touch last week. Hasn't been in the comments for a little while. It's good to see him.
What is that?
AKA Bagel Guy.
Really?
Lovely to see him there.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the James and Flav channel and the Jaffin. That's what I'm calling it now.
Because there's some people that never watch the old pod. They won't know what Bagel Guy is.
It's a Bagel Guy, surely.
We're not going to explain this too long.
All three of you.
We gave him some advice.
Yeah. Go on the Ball Street channel and check out One for the Weekend and go through
it.
all of them and find out the last 20 minutes of all of them. And you'll find out the incredible story of Bagel Guy who had, I'll do it very quickly, who had a girl that he liked. He was getting extra schmear. He thought that was something. Turned out it wasn't actually anything, but he approached her anyway and he thought it wasn't going to happen because she wanted to set him up with his friend. Long story short, they ended up only getting together in the end. But have they stayed together?
Bet that as well, probably.
For days. For his little American shark pocket. Know what I mean?
Mm.
Probably more than
So-
5.5
size
inches
of
is
a
about
penis.
average, actually.
Yeah. No, I think.
Trust me, have you ever done that? You probably haven't. I'm a smaller man, like generally. And so you go, search average size for a penis. You go.
So,
And you see it, and you realise you're above it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
so we know that you're bigger than 5.5 inches.
Oh yes.
To you, Jim.
Cheers, then.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Let me check it one last time. Okay. Not my penis. Yeah.
I was just having flashbacks to
Flashbacks to what?
I'm just having flashbacks of what women have called my penis in the past.
Have you got a nickname for you?
Nah.
Oh yeah. Save that for next Patreon Q&A.
Blessed.
Nah. What is that? What you call it? Blessed.
I'm blessed.
Are you? Some of us are just lucky.
Very average.
I'm not saying I'm
Very
not saying
average. Very average, but like, it's more about the vigorousness of the rotting.
Or motion of the ocean, depending on how vulgar you are. Anyway, V-Talk said this. Hello guys, long time no see. Hope you're doing good. Good luck, James, on this new venture. You can tell I'm putting the work in. And great to see Flav is still involved. Just giving an update on my situation. I no longer get free bagels. But that's only because she is now an intern in a company, brackets, was doing this as a side job while she was in uni.
Like a side hustle.
Yeah. We decided to move in together last month.
What?
And things are going well. And things are moving fast.
What?
Oh, yes.
Is it? doesn't feel true. Is it true?
What I've got to say with this is because we said this at the time once they got together.
I
This
wanna-
could be our first wedding.
I need a picture of them holding a spoon.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. Can we get a picture of the happy couple? If you don't want us to show your faces, we can blur those.
Do you remember the Dottie Foster fallout?
That was mad.
It was such a weird time.
She got rumbled, didn't she?
She
Or
rumbled
he
by
got rumbled.
Tanvir.
Huh?
By Tanvir.
Yeah, damn it! Just quietly
like-
called it.
Catfish.
Yeah, called it.
But what? Why? Why would you do that?
Because we do. We have women who enjoy the pod.
Yeah, but
I've
why?
been surprised by that with the patrons. There's a lot more women than I thought.
Is there really? What?
I mean,
And
makes sense, doesn't it? Well, yeah, no, I meant generally.
no, hang on a minute. So you're saying that they're
We were
women?
pointing our faces there.
Women would only be interested because of our rugged good looks, or can they just like football, Jim? All right, fucking wake up.
Fair point. Fair point.
But it probably is.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Only human, aren't they? Anyway, so well done, V-Talks. Yeah, let's have a picture of you holding a spoon.
Yep.
That would be great. Not just you, obviously, the pair of you together. As I said, can blur out.
But he might
faces.
not have explained
And if there is a wedding, we have to go to that.
where.
I think it's America, probably.
I'll probably be honest now. I probably won't.
You will. If I pay for it, you go, won't you?
I couldn't do that for you.
But if we did,
It's just a
we'll
bit
do
of a faff, isn't it?
No, mate, this is what life's about.
Can we take our other
Brought two
halves?
people together on the other side of the world.
Can we take our other halves?
Yeah, you can take whoever you want. Yeah.
Will you take your missus?
Well, it's, what you want a +1? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we need 2 plus 1.
We're going to need 4.
We're gonna need
That's
4.
going to be 4 tickets.
But yeah.
2 vegetarians.
Whole-
One vegetarian. One vegetarian.
Whole day as well, not just fucking.
Oh, yeah,
night shit.
don't even dare just give us an evening. You mad?
Yeah, unless it's a long service and the speech is going for too long, then I'm not interested.
Well, no, I want to see it all.
You want to see it
I
all?
wanna see it all.
All right, okay, fair enough.
I'm going to go all that way.
Well, yeah, oh, yeah, no, you make a good point because you got to go the day before already.
Yeah,
at
least.
And yeah, but how inconsiderate is it when you're having a wedding and the speech is going forever? How long does it right now? 25 minutes for everything.
For everything.
Done.
I think 10 minutes each.
Yours was fine. Yours was right.
Ours was about 10 minutes each.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Whereas I went to one wedding and it was like 2.5 hours. They were still talking. I was like, you're being fucking inconsiderate to us
It's silly.
because no one really gives a shit about the speeches, and if they're really funny,
I disagree. It's a big talking point throughout the day.
unless someone's being an arsehole. I went
best
to
man
one.
speech is a
I
lot
went
of
to one, the best man speech, and I wanted to whack him, and I didn't even know that well.
Do you know what I went
He
to?
was so out of order. He was saying all kinds of shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
really. And I say, your best mate is doing this to you on your wedding day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
why the fuck is he here?
Yeah, that's not good.
I can't.
I went to you got to toe the line correctly. I went to a wedding and there were 2 best men who had fallen out, so they don't talk to each other. Hadn't talked to each other for years, and one of them he talked like he got the mic, and obviously different people like hold mics differently. I tend to just lean it on
Do
my
you have
chin.
a mic right there?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
right.
yeah, true. But
Just leave-
I just leave it there, and then that's
quite
how I
good.
do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Some people do that. There's a comedian who does it like that. Anyway, there's again that was holding it at the base for those listening. But this guy, one of them, he was like a North London
a grime
boy.
MC.
Yeah, and he held it like he put his finger across it like Jay-Z does when he raps, and he's like, yeah, so like when I met Ali, it was wicked. We like connected straight away. And he just sort of went,
Is that what?
yeah, he's just probably like, yeah.
What's his
sort
name,
of-
Ali?
He's sort of like, and like pacing the stage, and
Yeah.
like you get working with his hands, you're getting big with it for real, working it. And it's hilarious. But he told a story about the groom shitting himself on the tube.
That's fine.
I'm not sure it is. But then he finished his speech. The 2 best men that aren't mates, the other guy knows the story as well, and that was the basis of his entire speech. So they both basically told the story twice to a horrified set of in-laws.
Shit. So this guy at this wedding was talking about all the birds he'd fucked previously. It weren't on.
Think it through.
Just don't be a dick, man.
Yeah, that's
just if you like, he was doing it just to get the mates laughing. That was his only thing. He gave a shit about no one else in the room.
That's terrible.
And I tell you what, when I get married, not a single person will be like that. No chance. You're not my mate if you're willing to do that. You're not my mate.
I'll have to stop my speech thing, won't I? Let's get cracking on
Not
that.
best man.
What?
But there will be a role.
Fuck's it. Oh, really? Don't you dare make me MC. I'll give you all filming it.
You
Fuck
will be
it.
desperate.
Don't you fucking dare. Right. So that's that bit of BDA. we're on to the hot stuff, and this is one of the best I should have teased this throughout the pod because BDA is mental this week, and this came from Patreon. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
So here's a very quick fire one to warm you up. Joe 3330. Boys, any flames advice? It's not flames advice, is it?
Doesn't matter.
BDA. I'm joking. Whenever I go out, one girl doesn't leave me alone. I've known her for years, and she's fit. But her friends tell me she's got a boyfriend. Do I go there because I could definitely tap it, or just leave it? What we saying, boys? I'm sure you've had this a lot.
What?
Just women throwing themselves at you.
No, I've always had to put the work in, but I'd say I've had my fair share, right?
What do you do?
Look, I haven't. Do you know what? There is a part of me because it would hurt me so much if something like this happened to my missus. And I'd be pissed off at the bloke because she knew that she's got an engagement ring on her finger. Do you know what I mean? I personally wouldn't sleep with someone who was in a relationship. If they lied to me, that's on them. But if I knew, I probably wouldn't. I know you feel differently about this.
I've done that. And the guy nearly knocked me out.
Well, I don't.
So cautionary tale. And he was like the nicest guy ever, but I was really drunk, I didn't think.
You knew him?
I knew him.
That's bad, Jim.
Well, I'd met him through.
Don't start caveating now. You knew
no,
it?
No, there's no. It was totally the wrong thing. But in my head at the time, I was like, "It's not on me."
Yeah,
it's not on me. It's.
I mean, I get you. I get what.
But if you're a better person like yourself, then that is a good thing to do. And I did feel terrible.
But
it was good.
So it is on you.
It is on you, yeah. No, that was terrible.
If you know the thing is, the other thing is, if you don't know him, then it probably matters less.
Which I don't think he does.
It doesn't.
So I'm a bad person, but you can be a better person.
Yeah, but you'd be by doing the same thing. You wouldn't be as bad as Jim.
Yeah.
But you're still, yeah. I don't know, man. If she's clearly shagging around, then it'd probably be better if she's not with this bloke anyway. So
is it a problem?
In this instance, I think because the other bloke's completely removed, I don't think it's a problem.
I've got to say that I think there's a stage 2 on this, Joe. I'd like to know, where are you at uni? Are you at school? Are you in the workplace?
And
what's the deal?
Is she like an absolute rocket? If she is, then sometimes you can't help it, can you? Can't help it.
That's what happened to me.
Is she a rocket?
That's what happened to me.
Yeah. What was she?
Yeah, she's very true.
Yeah. So, but by and large, just be good to each other, and that includes not fucking other people's girlfriends.
Thanks, Jerry. This week's BDA. This is so good.
Go on.
So I'm not going to say the guy's name, actually, just in case.
Okay.
In need of some advice. I wanted to get your take on this before, but it has again surfaced. Me and the missus have been together 9 years, married 5.
Wow.
And throughout the relationship, my wife has brought up the fantasy of watching me with another girl and then joining in.
Oh, sounds good.
Usually this comes out after a night out when a few bevies have been consumed.
Yeah.
On the surface, it seems like a great proposition, but my wife has some insecurities. I fear that while... Let me finish.
Go on.
I fear that while this is one of her fantasies, brackets, and definitely not one I'm opposed to, that if we were to act on it, there could be negative consequences. Worth pursuing, or is it a trap? Lots of love, patron member.
God bless you. It's not a trap, and it's not worth pursuing.
Oh, very, very brief.
It's not.
It's not a trap.
It's not a trap. She's up for it in her head, but often fantasies should remain fantasies, and if they become realities, they come with them a lot of baggage. Like,
yeah,
if
the truth is very different, because once you've done it, you've done it. Can't go back.
So there's going to be so many questions afterwards. Did you like it better? Is he better than me? What does she taste like? What?
Oh my God.
And she will be analysing you as you fuck this girl.
Yeah.
There's nothing good can come from this other than the 20 minutes or so that you're actually having it. After that,
do you know what it's like?
That's my theory.
Yeah, it's interesting though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit like, imagine, you know, when your missus comes out of the bedroom, you're sat watching the telly, and she goes, "Do I look all right?" And the pressure that's on your answer there, multiply that by 500, and that's the conversation that you're having after this.
Yeah, it could go one or two ways. Yeah, it's either going to be completely great, and you can carry on doing this, and this might be a thing in your sex life, which is fine, healthy, if you want it to be. But she has to be massively secure, and the fact that you said that she has insecurities, I don't know. You need to know a bit more about them. It might be about the way she looks. Or...
Does she not want to do? She just wants to watch him with another.
And then
girl.
join in. That's what it says.
Okay. I asked someone else.
Yeah.
And over dinner, and she said, I think she's maybe a lesbian. And I was like, that's
all
girls.
A big jump. All girls like girls.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that true? I'm not asking you. I'm asking them. Any females? Is that true?
Low, almost. I can't think. Whenever I've had a conversation with a girl that's around this subject, it's always been that they find women attractive.
Are they saying that because they know that's going to make you?
No, because it's not that kind of scenario. It's like it's come out.
Right. Well, here's an idea. Here's maybe a solution. Have a look at technology. Because imagine if you could do like a VR version where she watches you do it virtually. She might still kind of get what she wants from it a little bit.
I mean,
maybe a bit of a synthetic high.
It's so like if it's like maybe it's like it's sex talk, isn't it? It's dirty talk during sex. It's one of them. It's just for the bedroom.
Yeah.
And in your head, you're like, I actually do like the sound of that. Let's make that reality.
You're saying don't do it.
I'm saying I'm saying if it was me, I wouldn't do it. But because I'm of the opinion that while it sounds exciting, it's the reality of it will be much more painful than just sticking a dick in another woman while your missus watches.
And then joins in.
Women don't think. I'm sorry if this comes across as sexist, but women psychoanalyze stuff in the way that men don't. You would just be like, "You asked me to do it, I did it." But in her head, it's not. That isn't as simple.
You said you were fine.
You said you were fine. You wanted me to fuck a girl. I fucked her. You joined in. I fucked you. Everyone got fucked. That's how men's brains work. But women, they'll be like psychoanalyzing.
Didn't do it.
Did it? Did you do it? Why didn't you bang me as hard as you banged her?
Yeah. She was there.
6.5.
She has 125 beats per minute. So I was, yeah. I think
like you would have to spend longer on your wife than you would.
I think you know the answer in your gut. I think he knows. He knows if I think she is honestly fine with this, and they've been married. They've been together 9 years is not long enough.
a mate of mine was at I think like a house party of a friend of his and his wife. So my mate, his mate, and the wife, right? And they got talking about threesome. He's like, I'll sleep with my wife, and he's like, all right, like it feels a bit weird, like you're my mate, and
sure.
It's like, are you sure about this?
Oh, yeah, we just leave it.
Yeah.
You sure you're fine with
it? You want me to bang your wife? And so yeah. Like, so they all started like kissing and stuff, and literally the last minute, it's just about to go. He turns around to him and he goes, "No dicks."
What do you mean?
No dicks. Have I told you this before?
Yeah, but what does he mean by that?
That's what he's saying. He's like, what do you mean no dicks? He's like, you can't get your dick out. So what are we doing here?
Which is petting.
Dry humping. No dicks. My dick is coming out, your dick's staying in your pants. And he's like, all right. And he's this kind of very awkward threesome with his mate where he's not allowed to touch his dick. Ground rules. Anyway, after it was done, and when I say it's done, I don't know how they decide when it was
so he's got to do all the less enjoyable
bits. You
just serve.
The woman, yeah. Anyway, and then he went to, but they ended, and he went to sleep next door in like their daughter's room, who wasn't there, and she came in the middle of the night and gave him a blowy.
Does
no dicks?
Does he know? Does he know about that? Did he keep that to himself?
I don't. I only know one part of this triumvirate, and that's.
But he's not told her. He didn't tell afterwards.
I don't think so. I don't know. He's a very sound guy. Blowy's a blowy, though, isn't it?
Well, you've enjoyed the podcast this week.
Are you a fan of that?
What, blowjobs? Sure. What are you offering? Not from you, thank you. All right, that's enough. Go with your gut. I would suggest probably leave it. But I understand why you want it.
As fun as it sounds.
Yeah. Best of luck. Let us know how you get on. Give us an update. Get your BDA in the comments. If you wanted to see that awkward exchange, you could have done so for just $3.
It sounds too good to be true. It probably is.
Great advice there from Flav. We will be back next week. We're going to do Skype on Thursday for some.
Is it video members. Skype? Are we doing video Skype?
Yeah, we'll do a quick video Skype. So if you want to enjoy all that,
what are we going to talk about, Jim?
It could be anything at this stage. I mean, if this podcast is anything to go for.
Not football.
You don't want to do football?
Not really. No. Do you?
I'll put a message out to the people.
What do they want to talk? What do they want?
I'll ask them. They're members. They're paying members.
We'll talk about whatever they want, and then we get the old Doodah Discord sorted.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening or watching or whatever you're doing. Whatever the button that proves that it's good. Click on that. Whatever that is. Subscribe to the channel. Like in the video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below because that's how the podcast
doing all right
made.
Though. 12k. That's all right.
Yeah.
Because we're at the point now that the novelty's gone back again, and
still here.
And it's
nice. Can we grow it though? Can you tell a mate? Can you bring a mate in? Because imagine at 12. Imagine every single person just went and found another person.
We've got to get him to 100k just
for God's sake. Once. Can I just once get to 100k? It's just not going to happen.
Where are you?
35. Really dried up. Actually, really dried up.
It's this time of year though, isn't it?
It's a bit boring, I know. It would seem.
No, you're not.
It would seem. Who cares, eh? As long as we're out there doing this instead of
doing whatever.
Do you know what, as well? What's dried up? Asexual fantasies. And it's not right, but it's okay.
Asexual fantasies is not very good.
Do you know?
It's just hard to understand exactly what's going on.
Okay, you've got to try these things.
Yeah.
It's not right, but it's okay. I kind of like that. I think there's something in that.
All right.
Anyway. Yeah, bye.
Bye.